Welcome to CAN, Caribbean Affiliate News. My name is Siobhan Gubin. Here are the stories that we're following today, August 26, 2013. In the news from the Caribbean, Cuban protest group wants Bahamas foreign minister removed. Dudders versus mass-up war heats up in Kingston, Jamaica. Ex-CAL pilots tell courts overlooked for foreigners without permits. And in Trinidad and Tobago, police probe 2 juniors who tip off East Port of Spain gangs. Details on these headlines and more when we return.
Hey, excuse me, if you see me smiling, that's 'cause I'm chilling on Total Caribbean Network. It's your boy Wyclef Jean, man, and I'm chillin', man. Total Caribbean Network. Man, I love their style. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Welcome back to CAN, Caribbean Affiliate News. My name is Siobhan Gubin. This segment of the news is sponsored by Total Caribbean Network. In the Bahamas, a day after Free National Movement leader Dr. Hubert Minnis claimed that 5 Cuban detainees were abused at the Carmichael Road Detention Center, Miami-based Cuban activist group Democracy Movement on Thursday called on Prime Minister Perry Christie to remove Foreign Affairs Minister Fred Mitchell from having any involvement in the matter. Group spokesperson Ramon Saul Sanchez told the Nassau Guardian from Miami that he's pleased to see that the truth is beginning to emerge. However, Sanchez, who was contacted for comment, said his group does not want to get into a political debate and is not siding with the FNM, which has called for Mitchell to be fired outright. In a statement released on Wednesday, Mitchell questioned the opposition's patriotism. He added that there is no government cover-up over the allegations. Minnis said the FNM would not back away from the issue and affirmed his party's love for the Bahamas. He added that Mitchell should know that no amount of personal insult will prevent those of us in the Free National Movement from doing the necessary to expose all those who seek to do harm to the Bahamas and to its good name at home or abroad. We love the Bahamas unconditionally, he says. His recent rude utterances in the media suggest that he's permitting his emotions to get the better of him. This is not appropriate for a senior member of the government, he says. At a press conference on Wednesday, Minnis claimed that after 7 detainees attempted to escape from the detention center on May 20th, they were severely beaten. He claimed after the beating, some of the detainees, with help from 1 or more defense officers, videotaped and reenacted the beatings. When asked how he came across the information, Minnis said it was based on a government report into alleged abuse at the detention center. However, Minnis did not provide proof to substantiate his claims or a copy of the report. Mitchell said the government has ordered an investigation into allegations of abuse at the detention center following a video that aired on a Spanish-language TV station in Miami purporting to show Cuban detainees at the center being abused by Bahamian officers. He has said the video was fake. Minnis claimed that the report was completed in June. Former Minister of State for Immigration Branville McCartney said on Thursday the Bahamas should speak with one voice on the Cuban issue. McCartney said it is not the policy of the government of the Bahamas to condone the abuse or torture of any person. And I quote, "We in the DNA trust that calm and sensible heads will prevail in order to expeditiously resolve this issue regarding our Cuban brothers and sisters," he says. Relatives and forces loyal to 2 of West Kingston's notorious gangsters have been waging a deadly battle for turf in that section of Kingston, but the police are adamant that the area will not again be controlled by criminals. Incidents of violence in West Kingston, including Tivoli Gardens in Denham Town, have left 11 people dead in recent weeks, raised the level of tension in the area, and have even resulted in death threats being issued to Member of Parliament Desmond McKenzie. The battle over turf has escalated to a point that has seen a deterioration of relations among those who close to the imprisoned former Tivoli Gardens enforcer Christopher Duddas Coke and the late gunman Claudius Claudie Massop. Coke, who ran Tivoli Gardens like a fiefdom for several years following the death of his father, Lester Lloyd Jim Brown Coke, under mysterious circumstances in 1991, was captured by local authorities in 2010 and extradited to the U.S., where he's serving a 23-year sentence in a federal prison after pleading guilty to racketeering. Massop, a feared badman during the 1960s and 1970s, was shot dead by a large group of heavily armed policemen in 1979 at the Marcus Garvey Drive Industrial Terrace section, close to Tivoli Gardens, as he returned from one of his regular visits to horse racing track. Also shot dead in that incident were Massop's friends, Trevor Hindu Tinson, who lived in Canada, and racehorse trainer Lloyd Nolan Fraser, 21. Police said that they signaled the vehicle in which the men were traveling to stop, and Massop jumped from it and fired 2 shots at them. The law enforcers said that when they fired back, Massop and his friends were killed. 2 of the men who were traveling in the vehicle escaped. Both Coke and Massop commanded respect from all and sundry in the community that has remained fiercely loyal to the Jamaica Labour Party. 2 former pilots for Caribbean Airlines has told the High Court that they have been unfairly overlooked for employment while Caribbean Airlines hired foreign workers without work permits. Captain Anthony Hamilton and Roger Bridgman, who worked under the British West Indies Airways BWIA, sought judicial review against the national carrier in application for leave filed in the High Court on August 19th. The pilots claim that CAL hired 6 pilots and 6 co-pilots in contravention of Section 10(2) of the Immigration Regulations made under the Immigration Act Chapter 1801 of the laws of Trinidad and Tobago. In the affidavits, the pilots claim that having employed pilots without valid Trinidad and Tobago working permits, CAL is at risk of being downgraded as an airline in breach of Federal Aviation Authority or European Aviation Safety Regulation. The claimants are being represented by attorneys at law Peter Taylor and Farid Schoon. 2 junior police officers of the Port of Spain Division have been reportedly transferred out of the unit on Friday, pending the outcome of an alleged investigation. It is said the officers have been central in a probe that alleged police officers have been leaking information to gangs in hotspot communities. According to the Sunday Newsday, the junior officers under investigation form part of an elite unit within the Port of Spain Division and are suspected of leaking sensitive information to gang leaders and members of East Port of Spain, Laventille and Beetham Gardens about the planning and timing of raids and roadblocks. The report says police officers believe that the leaking of sensitive information on anti-crime plans to the gang leaders by these 2 particular officers have hindered attempts to deal effectively with crime and the seizure of guns, ammunition and drugs. As such, new strategy elements have been implemented, one of which is the use of officers from other police divisions to carry out raids in the hotspot areas of East Port of Spain, Laventille, Beetham and some areas of Belmont. The Sunday Newsday understands that investigating officers have been able to secure telephone conversations in which gang leaders communicated with members and so unearthed information on the 2 officers, tipping off gang leaders about the police raids and roadblocks. The investigations come on the heel of a massive police exercise last Sunday, which resulted in the detention of 90 persons, but which saw no arms or ammunition being found, nor any large quantity of drugs. On Wednesday last, Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of crime, Glenn Hackett, revealed that the police service was investigating information relating to officers reportedly leaking information to criminal elements, such as the time when raids and searches were to be done and where they were to be carried out. Contacted for comment on the probe, Deputy Police Commissioner Mervyn Richardson told reporters, based on information made available to the police, he has appointed Superintendent Kenrick Edwards, head of the Criminal Intelligence Gang Unit, to probe the allegations of officers leaking information to criminal elements. In an interview, Secretary of the Police Social and Welfare Association, Sergeant Michael Seals, confirmed that information coming to the Associated indicated that a probe was underway into allegations that officers have leaked information. Seals said the association has a deep appreciation and understanding of the fact that within any organization there would be persons who slipped through the cracks and were bent on wrongdoing. Seals said that the association has also suggested the Commission of Police set up a mechanism for whistleblowing and to ensure that it was confidential so as to protect the informants and target the delinquent law enforcement officers. You are watching Caribbean Affiliate News. We will be right back.
Since we announced Sign and Drive with zero out-of-pocket and low monthly payments, cars been flying out of Bronx Honda at a record pace. Whoa! New Accord with zero out-of-pocket for $249 a month, or new Civics just $199 per month, or save thousands with 0% financing. You never had to leave the Bronx to get the best price on the Honda. Bronx Honda guarantees the lowest price in the Bronx. Bronx Honda, East Tremont Avenue. Visit BronxHonda.com.